My name is Augusta Scott, and I'm here. I live here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Originally from Philly, from the East Coast, and I'm the life goals coach for Zappos.com. My American dream is so simple at this point in life. It's like, and I know it has a lot to do with working here at Zappos, to be happy. That means being healthy. To be fortunate enough to get up and come to work at a company like this that is so culture driven, really. So what happens is you suddenly figure out, like, what is it that you really want out of life, or what is that American dream? And for me, it's to be of service to others. And I would have to say, my science teacher, Mr. Ritter. I don't know if Mr. Ritter is still around, but I have to tell you, I have a phobia of insects. I'm afraid of them. And Mr. Ritter found it out. Now, you have to dissect a frog and, probably a grasshopper, and he knew I was terrified. So I became Mr. Ritter's assistant in science class, and I felt like he gave me another chance from a different perspective, that I had value in helping him, rather than saying, well, if you don't do this, then you're going to fail the class, and I think that's what's driven here, is that there's always a way to do whatever it is that you really want to do. What perspective are you looking at it and approaching it from? And that's something I help with in coaching. Coach is someone who actually takes a journey with this team member, and through powerful questions and through listening at different levels, you get to see what the story is, what their goal is. It's really just like, it's about their values, honoring their values. So you have to, just mine out certain things, and it's about self-discovery for the team members and their higher purpose. And this happens in like a couple of weeks. You start to see the change. You don't think the 4 weeks is a long time, or 30 days, but it is long enough for them to realize that everything they need, they have right within themselves already. They just they don't know how to tap into it, and they also don't know how to remove the obstacles that are in their way. Not to just get around it, but remove them, so that they can go on beyond that 30 days. They're sustained with what they have now, knowledge about themselves, that they can go on and achieve this goal as well as any other goal that they. When I came here in 2007, I fell in love with the culture and the core values, but Dr. Vic was somebody that I went to, and I'll tell you, my journey with the company was one of growth and learning. Like, I started out on the phones, just like most of us do, right here in the customer loyalty department. Started out on the phones, and then I started going to different teams, just learning different things. That's what these pens are for, skill sets, different things you learn. You do that for 90 days and you get the skill pin and the bump and pay. So kind of a great incentive, to learn and grow. And then they sent me to training. I went to training at the Coaches Training Institute up in San Rafael, California. They call it CTI. And that was I think I started in May of 2010, and I finished in September. But then last year I decided to go for my certification. So I became certified. It was the most challenging 6 months of my life, I think. I was like, oh, can I do this? But it was great, just to have a deeper learning, of how to coach our team members. And I became certified in December of last year, which also gives Zappos an accreditation, so to speak, on staff, to have an accredited coach that's recognized by the International Coaching Federation. The team members know how the company feels about them, like the benefit of having a coach. That makes them feel like, wow, the company cares about me. And there's so many different ways that the company shows that. We have amazing benefits, but it's also mainly how the company treats you. And we we know that we're a part of this whole thing. It's not just like management and then there's us. No, there's us. There's family. We take care of this because this is our company, and that's what the culture really is. When you take ownership of, how do you service your customers? How do you treat one another? It is about personal goals, and that's what he usually says. And the reason for that is we know that a team member, an employee that's happy personally in their personal life, that is certainly going to transcend over into their professional life, their everyday work life. And so a happier employee personally is going to be one happier that's, here at work and more engaged and more involved and providing even better service to our customers. And we've seen that happen. Of all the people I coached last year, 44% of them achieved some type of progression or promotion even within the company. But that's because whether they were achieving a professional goal or a personal goal, we know that it was really about coaching their whole life and finding out, what are their values and how can we honor those values so that they can be more fulfilled. It's their state of mind, how badly they want it, and what are they willing to do to get there. And to know there's always different perspectives that they can look at it from, because most of it is fear, anxiety, procrastination. I never have time. None of us ever have time, but again, you have to create time. You have to, or else you'll never have time. I do believe that. Even in the role that I have with the company, it's a benefit to have a full-time life coach on staff. And it's purely for the sake of helping our team members achieve their personal goals and dreams. So, right there, that tells you something about the company, you know what I mean? They really do foster that for people, like, what is it that'll make you happy? What is your dream? And see if we can help that person at least find how to remove obstacles out of the way so that they can achieve those dreams and those goals. I just think that people should really be authentic in what it is that they want out of life. They have to really look at it and say, what is it that I really want to do? Don't let someone else dictate to you what that dream should look like. That's my biggest thing, is I think that you should be able to see yourself and say, where do I want to be in 5 years? And why can't I be there right now? What can I do to get there? Why can't that be the present? And work towards that. But I think if you do the right thing, I think if you're passionate about it and you pursue it, I think you can achieve anything you want to.